Hey, guys. As promised, Mega Mills is going to delve into the forbidden, the dark, the subconscious, the unspeakable. And I'm just waiting for people to show up so we can begin. Hey, we got someone popping up. So we're going to just wait till people show up and give people a chance to participate in the live chat feature. Hello, what's going on? Thank you for joining me in this most taboo but necessary discussion. I'm not going to get into the hoodoo voodoo. I'm not going to start using big words and jargon because this has to be accessible to everyone. Now, be honest, it's $1 billion business. Ignorance is $1 billion business. The economy is based on the ignorance of billions of people, and only a few people know the truth. And I'm putting myself at risk because usually people who talk about it, they usually get approached by certain people like, hey, you don't want to wake them up. You don't want to wake them up. There's money in this information. Why don't you help us keep them asleep? And I won't be surprised when I get that inbox. So anyway, protesting is not the answer to our freedom, because our freedom is of the mind, and most of us are bonded and binded spiritually and mentally. Most of us have been chasing the wrong cheese. So I hope people showed up. I really can't see. My internet is really slow right now. I'm going to begin. Thank you guys for joining me. Make sure you like and, put your comments at the bottom. Looks like people are joining us. Yes. We've been very patient for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. So anyway, my post is saying that basically that black people are under a spell. And it is true. The spell is that most black people have learned to not trust themselves, to not feel comfortable in their own skin, that they are not enough, and that they need authority from someone else. They need to perform for other people. They need to empower other people, and that everyone can step on their back and be successful, and they be servants. And they're waiting for the day when they die and they go to heaven so that they get their just rewards. Meanwhile, everyone else in the world is looking to get their just rewards while they are alive. They feel that they're entitled to it. People come to this country in America with nothing, and they leave with something. They build, and then they bring their family, and they're thriving. And we look around and we wonder, how come our community has billions of dollars, but we always spend it out to other people. It's typical to see people, in order to come up in the black community, we have to sell out the black community. That's what we're taught. That's the only way up. And then we have black people who become successful and they get money and they're miserable. Why? Because they betrayed themselves and their community. The only thing between us and our humanity is to no longer deny ourselves of having dignity and trusting the natural gifts that we have. We are the original people. We have natural spiritual gifts, connecting with the intuition and in the gut. However, many of us, because of how we were raised, the trauma that we endured, unfortunately, we have lost sight of that. And we've taken on this oath and this contract to get possessions, when we all have powerful gifts that is beyond. We have health, we have We're just enduring people. But many of us, we betray that for money. So I'm not going to go too in depth with this, because I just want to give you a little something to think about, because there is hope. The hope is, once you pursue enlightenment and self-efficacy, self-respect, dignity, among some other things that you might want to inbox me to talk about. It's not what you're going to see in a book. The things that I'm talking to you about, many spiritual people tell me in my inbox, fuck them. Fuck these black people. I get my money from white people. That's what they say. Because quote unquote white people want to be free. And they want the natural gifts that we have. Black people, they're cheap, and I don't want to babysit them. I don't want to hold their hands. And you know who I'm talking about. And I'm not going to say your name, because you're not the only one who said this. And that's not true. A lot of my clients are black, they're white, and they're of all different races. But it is true that most people recognize the gifts that I have. And black people tend to be a little cautious, and they definitely don't want to invest in themselves. They will go invest in a nice hairpiece. Let's be honest about that. But if I give them a tool to awaken themselves so that they can have a more abundant life, one with purpose, one with hope, one that justifies their life, one that will heal their ancestors. Because let's be honest, our ancestors, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, they sacrificed themselves for us. They thought that, they thought that if they march, if they protest, that, the healing would happen. And it really didn't. It just transmuted and changed it into another sleeping giant, another sleeping beauty. Our people are sleeping. They are sleeping. And many of them deeply suspect that something is wrong. But because they have no access to it, let's be honest, a lot of us are doing drugs to dull ourselves and possibly have some kind of connection to something that we deeply are grasping for. There are other ways around that. You just have to be willing to face your fears. Face your fears that you are actually awesome just the way you are. You don't need to prove it to anyone. And you have everything you need to thrive in this life. And you have everything you need to live a life of contentment, self-respect, and dignity. You just need a little clarity, because the spell that has been cast on you keeps you from really seeing clearly. So one of my suggestions to you is, whatever your belief system is, that you begin to pray for clarity. And when you start doing that, you might start feeling a little discomfort. But start praying for clarity. Start praying for clarity. Hey, what's up, Mr. Hicks? So that is one step. So here is one prescription Mega Mills has for you. I have a shadow work reading that I can provide you. Mr. Hicks says, pray to who? Haha, that is a good question. If you want to, you can pray to God, Jesus. You can pray to your ancestors, those who are watching you and waiting for you to wake up. Or there are other ways to get that darkness out of your eyes. But in order for that to happen, you're going to have to dare to ask me for help. You're going to have to book me. I'm eating some pistachios. You're going to need to dare to ask different questions, because the questions that you're asking are leading you to the same damn conclusion. And at this point in your life, you're probably tired. And let's be honest, some of you over there on the verge of suicide. Some of you just living day by day and just hopefully have enough strength to get up so you can take care of your bills and take care of your children. Okay? Women, when people tell you to love yourself, you have no idea what the hell that means, because you're under a spell. Ask any of my clients and they will tell you there is a way out. It's just not traditional. Venus, definitely. Just start praying for clarity. Get your money up. We'll work something out, okay? Repost this video as well. So, anyway, I don't want to go too in depth with it. But black people, you are sleeping. And here's another, I think, a good video you should watch. Watch The Matrix all over again, the first one. Okay? Another one I like. What was that movie called? Was it School? What movie was that? School Days? When the guy was like, "Wake up!" You remember that? What movie was that? Wake up! I think it was School Days. School Days, when he was asking people to wake up. The way through this situation, there's no escaping this, there's no around in it. It's getting through this shit, okay? Now, I got my clarity through hypnosis and all types of other tools because I said I can't fucking take it anymore. I had to face my demons. I had to face my Satan. And it's not the Satan that you think, that you read in the Bible. Okay? Something was placed in me at a young age. And somebody told me as a child. I can't even repeat the words that was told to me. But most of you suspect the same thing. Something is not right. It's not too late for you. You're worth fighting for. Just be courageous. Take a deep breath. Inbox me. I'm going to have a couple of online workshops for women. For wounded women. Okay. So, he gives people mushrooms. Listen. Some people need to be induced under some kind of medication. I personally don't do that. That's not my prescription. However, do me a favor, guys. Alright? Share this post. I'm not looking to be famous. I mean, famous people are in a hell of their own. All I'm committed to do is what I do to most of my clients is plant seeds and help them awaken themselves. Don't be selfish and don't be greedy. Just share the post to people. Tag the people that you believe could benefit from this. Now we know that this video is not going to go viral. Why? Because people under spells don't repost, they don't share things that are of truth. They only repost more videos that perpetuate the spell and the lie. Anyway, you guys have been with me this whole time. I really appreciate your time and your attention. Remember to book me for your personal reading. I will do a Tree of Life reading for you, which will help you get clarity about what happened to you in the past, what's getting you stuck, and what steps you need to take towards your future. I also do a woman archetype reading as well, which will help you get clarity and to work on some of your demons and some of your shadows. Some of you guys are scared of me saying things like shadows. Why? Because you think shadows are outside. You think the shadows and demons are outside. What if I told you that the shadows and the demons are inside of you? Thank you, Venus. What if I told you that the shadows and demons are inside of you, and when you were younger, when you surrendered yourself and your own thoughts, you took someone else's thoughts and you took someone other's values. Someone gave you you surrendered and you allowed someone, and you might have allowed another entity inside of you. I'm not going to go any deeper than that, but just something to think about. I want you to think about that. Light you a candle tonight. And if you have any dreams, I want you to write those things down. And remember, you have everything, the key inside of you to get out of this, to get out of this hell, to get out of this prison. It's inside of you. You just got to be willing to put in that work. Anyway, I'm not a preacher. I'm a spiritual advisor, amongst other things. I do help people, especially with trauma, and people who are dealing with identity issues, which you see is prevalent today. Why? Anyway, it's a pleasure talking to you guys. Thank you so much for joining. Once again, please share, inbox me, book me. I look forward to my future online workshops. Take care of yourself, guys. And remember, wake up. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.